We are just about. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's session on health. As usual, every Sunday we meet and we discuss matters health. And today, just like every other Sunday, we are here and we are talking about health. And this time around, we are talking about how to maintain a healthy heart. Heart issues, heart problems have become very prevalent. Heart attack and stroke is the #1 killer in the world as far as lifestyle diseases are concerned. And the problem with it is that the first symptom is usually the last. You don't get a symptom telling you there's a heart attack. It's not like a cold where you get a sore throat and then it happens. Many people get to know they have a heart problem when it's already too late. And we want to avoid that. We want to briefly share with you how you can be able to maintain your heart being healthy. And if you already have a condition, how can you be able to sort it out? So with us today, we have a very exciting speaker. This is a gentleman I truly respect. He's a man that I've been with in the trenches. We've been with him in the opportunity for more than 20 years. And we also hail from the same industry. So without further ado, I want to welcome Dan Odero. Dan, karibu.
Thank you, Fred. Good afternoon. Thank you for that. Yes, Fred and I come from the same industry, the hotel industry. A very exciting place, but we all know after COVID-19, wow, things happened. So those who are there didn't have a plan B, had a challenge. Anyway, that's a story for another day. My name is Dan Odero, a distributor with the company we are talking about today, NEOLIFE International. I've been with this company for the last almost, well, it's now 26 years. And over that time, we've come to learn quite a bit about ways to not only supplement your income, but also to take care of your health. One of the things that NEOLIFE stands for is to make the world healthy and wealthier place. Because it doesn't matter how wealthy you are, if your health is not good, then you have a challenge. And I don't think any of us here would choose to be in our best hospital with the best doctors rather than be with your family or here this afternoon. So that goes without saying. What can we do about health? What are you doing actively to help to make sure that you're healthy every day and you don't have something underlying problem that becomes a challenge? One of the things we've identified and which has become quite a bit of a problem is heart health. The heart, we have a lot of people who are having challenges with heart issues. The funny thing, this is a lifestyle disease and it's not communicable. It's not something contagious. You won't see someone next with a heart problem and get it. But the way it is moving is become quite a problem because many people, at one point, heart issues were a problem of an older Caucasian demographic of people. But nowadays you find young people getting it, even people who are close to her like us. Women also are having heart challenges, which has not been a problem. And this is a problem because probably a lot of our lifestyles and our diet. So we want to address what someone can do about it, take care of it. Do not wait until it is a problem. Do not wait. So why wait until you have a challenge that you start looking for money? Why wait? What can you do about it in advance? And NEOLIFE, having been around for the last 62 years, has been at the forefront of looking at solutions for health challenges, and they give us things out of research they have and human trials. They've come up with supplements and direction and foods that can actually help. The basis of food supplementation, first of all, you have to have a good diet. So that's one thing we need to think about. So we're not just pushing the fact that we want everybody to be on supplementation. We want everybody to, you must first of all say, is my diet good enough? Is my lifestyle promoting a healthy heart? Am I getting it away that I am healthy? I'm taking care of it, that I don't want to be a problem later. And that's one thing we have to be cognizant of, think about. And so we're talking today about heart health. Take charge of your health, of your heart. As I say, ask yourself on a day-to-day basis, what am I doing to take care of it? I don't want to wait for it is good to go for checkups and have it checked, but at times, if it hits you and you're not taking care of it, the first sign of a problem might be the last. A heart attack you might end up dead. You might not survive it. Or if you survive it, sometimes people end up with strokes, and it's not a good thing. So it's not a nice thing to have someone with a stroke. Now, heart disease, what is the studies have shown, what is in heart disease today? The total number of deaths from cardiovascular disease in the world through studies is 17,327,000. And you see figures in Europe, figures in East Asia, in America, in Africa, we're not far behind, 1,254,000. And if I ask, how many of you know somebody who has had a heart problem? I'm sure everybody has had at least somebody else or in the family who they know somebody who has had a heart challenge. So this is how it is. What are we doing about it? What can we do about it? It is good to then keep in mind, what are the risk factors? What are the things that I need to take care of, that I need to be aware about, that says I will not have a problem of heart disease? Some of the risk factors: high blood pressure. Things that cause high blood pressure could be stress at work. There are many causes of high blood pressure. So high blood pressure is one of them. High cholesterol is a problem. Smoking is also a problem. And it also could be smoking, not you are smoking, but other people smoking around you. Physical inactivity. Just a year ago, 2 years ago, we were told we were in lockdown. We could not leave our houses. We were told to take care because of the pandemic. And a lot of people began to just have a sedentary lifestyle. They were not going out. Of course, some people then came up with things that you could do in the house, working around. But if you have physical inactivity, sitting in front of the TV the whole day, this can be a problem, and it could be a risk factor for heart problems. Diabetes. And diabetes might be that you don't have it as a cause, but we're developing type 2 diabetes because of the kind of foods we eat. Abdominal obesity. If you're not doing any physical activity, you're inactive, the kind of things you eat. Abdominal obesity could probably the POTS. You mean the man with the heavy around the port side, there's a lot of abdominal obesity is a challenge. Poor diet. The foods we eat, which are tasty but not good for us in the long run, could also be a problem. Now, the heart diet, the diet heart hypothesis. The World Health Organization, not just NEOLIFE, came up with something that says this is a problem. If you have minimal activity and one of your diets, in your food, you do not take a lot of your whole grains, is very minimal. You're having meals you take meals that are processed foods, white bread, more of that. You take very little whole grains. Fruits and vegetables is not part of your diet. It's not a major part of your diet. I know one case where a relative of mine, for 1 year did not have fruits. Their lips turned black. But sometimes we forget we eat more things that are more available to us, or easier to get, or cheaper. It could be a problem. Protein, we have a lot of protein. Your nyama choma, your fried meats, those things are nice. in moderation. You take too much of them could be a problem. Fats and sugars. Fats and sugars, now you're fried. The sugars are the simple sugars, like in your white meat. Those simple sugars could be a problem. Yeah. So that is a problem. Now, if in your diet you have little whole grains, minimal activity, little whole grains, fruits and vegetables, only eat them. You only see them when you're going to visit someone in the hospital, or you say it's for children, for the wives, so the women and the children, women and children. But you as a man, you don't have it. This could be a problem, and this is a practice that can cause you a problem in the long run, and could be a thing that puts you at risk for heart disease. We look at our foods. I mean, some of the foods we look at, a lot of meats, a little bit of garlic, the kind of things are on our plates. How is our diet on our plates? I am not saying that we avoid them completely, but we have them in moderation. Yes, all of us sometimes, many of us like a nice drink once in a while, which is okay, in moderation. If you have too much of it and you are mixing it, your nice cold beer with a nice meat, 2 kilos in one sitting, a little bit of food there, your small uga. These are things sometimes, if we do it over and over again, we're enjoying it and we're not thinking of the consequences. And sometimes when you now become financially, you say, I've got a little bit of extra money, let me enjoy my money. People say those kinds of things, but they don't know the impact. And when they get sick, then they come and they look for us or look for people now to help them. And the doctor then has to say, avoid red meats, avoid these things. Because if you do it to a level that it becomes a lifestyle of yours and becomes a problem, then you have to be told then by the doctor, if you do not avoid these things, because you're doing an excess of them, you'll have a problem. Now, our bodies are made out of cells, and we have it's a whole system we have. We've got about between 75 and 100 trillion cells in the body that need to be fed. They need to be fed, they need to be nourished, and this is something we have to do. How are we nourishing our bodies? What are we doing to feed our cells in the body? If you don't take care of the whole, so if one, in fact, they say over years, in 7 years, you become a different person because your cells have changed, they have gone up. But we need to take care of what is going in there. What are we eating on a day-to-day basis? Are we eating the right foods? Are we eating foods that get nutrition into the cells? A healthy cell, health is important at cellular level. You have to nourish it, you have to protect it, you have to renew, repair, and renewal. This is something you have to think about it. So the kind of foods we choose make this an important thing. And sometimes, unfortunately, because we probably live in a town where we have to buy foods, we don't know what the nutritional value of the foods we eat are. So you might try to be eating well, but because you're not sure of the value of the nutrition you have to begin considering, what do I do? If I'm not so sure about it, what more can I do to take care of this? Now, NEOLIFE has come up with a solution. Some of the solutions has come up with a foundation for nutrition foundation. And one of the things they have is a product called Pro Vitality Pack. Pro Vitality Pack has got nutrients in there, the 3NN, a product that was produced, that came up and was produced 1958 when they first began. It was a product that the government did a research. We found out that one of the reasons that people were finding chronic fatigue in 1958, which is a time when we are having the industrialization period coming up, where people are moving to cities and they had to be fed. And to get people fed in a city, 1 million people, you have to process the food to have it to last on shelves. And when that happened, they removed an essential part. That essential part was the lipids and sterols, which is found in a product called 3NN. And that product, that lipids and sterols, help the cells to be more receptive to nutrition and waste in cells to get out your 72 cells. So when you have that in the diet, then you're taking care of that element of your diet. If you don't have it, then you have a problem. That is why sometimes some people say, I've eaten well, but I am still feeling a lot of fatigue, because the diet you're having is not, lacks the lipids and sterols, not steroids, sterols, which ensure that the cell wall is receptive and gets in there. If that is happening well, then you have the energy level as well. If you're taking your own medication, that goes in much better when you have a basic of treatment. So that's the foundation of Pro Vitality Pack. Has a combination of products. Treatment is one of them that helps your cell, the basic of nutrition, have that happening well. So when that is happening correctly, then you find you're taking care of the risk factor, you're taking care of your health. Now, the benefits of Pro Vitality gives you abundant energy, because as I explained, when your cells are taking in the nutrition that is needed, energy is a result. You've got antioxidant protection. You've got things that have antioxidant protection. In there, you've got things that ensure heart health. Your immune system is boosted. You have a healthy brain function. You have got flexible, healthy joints. Your vision is taken care of. Your skin, youthful skin, hair, and nails. Lifelong cellular health, just by taking Pro Vitality Pack, which is a combination there. And that's a product you should need to look out. Now, personalized nutrition, you start with Pro Vitality Pack, the Pro Vitality, and you see nutrition foundation. And then you add personalized targeted solutions for specific health needs. Now, the targeted solutions are things that we say, now we've now taken care of the whole grains. You are taking care of being active. You're saying, can I be more active? Am I having whole grains? Yes. Besides your supplementation, you're saying, I am having more foods with whole grains. That means your brown rice, your brown sugar, your brown rice, brown sugar, your brown ugali, which has, instead of buying the processed one, you have one which is, you don't have a processed one, you have more whole grains there. You ensure that you have more fruits and vegetables in your diet, not only when you have someone sick, is when you start thinking about fruits and vegetables, also in your diet you have it. You have less protein. Yes, have your meats, but have less of that. Supplement them with, maybe instead of having the meats, you say, I have more vegetables, I have more beans from your protein from other sources. And then your little fats and sugars, a little bit of that. So you have more fiber that takes care of those things. If you start doing that, then high blood pressure, you start taking care of things like high blood pressure. Because high blood pressure, the trouble with high blood pressure is it applies when the high blood pressure, your heart, the walls of your heart needs to work harder. And if you don't take care of high blood pressure, you're not taking care of it, and you only go when you start saying, I'm feeling sickly, and you go, and then your pressure readings are very high. Those are risk factors. It affects the heart. And if you don't take care of it with your diet, with supplementing, it begins to affect your heart, the heart walls. And this is what happens. You get, the heart becomes enlarged because it's working harder. You find the heart becomes enlarged. It is strained, there's a strain on the heart. The normal heart is that size, but you find someone who has a heart attack, it covers your chest cavity, and the work is work. And if that goes on for too long, the heart can fail. The heart failure means you have a heart attack. You have you are prone to a stroke. And this is when you have a problem. Some people don't know they have a problem. I know a relative of mine who said he was going for checkups, but did not check on his heart health. And unfortunately passed away. When they did a postmortem, then they found the heart was twice the normal size, because he had a problem with pressure, which he never addressed. They never addressed. And when I was saying addressing it, saying besides just taking care of the diet you're eating, you're also saying, what else am I doing? What more am I doing? Am I ensuring that also I'm getting in And probably one of the things would be a good thing to have, a third of your diet should be supplementation. If you do that, then you can avoid a serious problem of the heart. And remember the causes of hypertension: magnesium deficiency, not enough magnesium in the body; toxin exposure, too many toxins. Toxins are the things you take in from smoking, from the foods we eat. Sometimes the toxins are there in the body. Cholesterol imbalance, that's poor nutrition. Antioxidant deficiency, stress response. Your job is so stressful. You're supposed to reproduce. Your job is stressful. These things cause you hypertension. Increased salt intake. My food is tasteless. I put more salt. And increased salt intake. These are the causes of hypertension. The nutrition support you have to have in your diet can have more calcium and magnesium in the diet, and you get those from your fruits, from colored fruits, vegetables. Are you having enough of those? At times I had people saying that, no, because they're so expensive, I avoid them. I take something that is a bit cheaper, so I avoid it a little bit. But that is not. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help you in that way. It doesn't help if you do that alone. So if you do more of your fruits, vegetables, that can help you. So your fruits, colored fruits, things like cauliflower, your bell pepper, your grapes, your carrots, do more of that. Omega-3 fatty acids, which are got from things like your fish, antioxidants, your fish, garlic, more garlic, whole meals. The whole meal is also an important part to have. So these are some of the things we can have if we, as we go through, which will help us. Now, NEOLIFE has got some products that will help you. Some of the products that can help you with hypertension. On top of the list is garlic allium. In fact, there's a time I was consulting with one of the scientific advisory board members, and I asked him, what are the products you use which is very good for hypertension? Garlic allium complex is one of the products that is good for that. Garlic helps to moderate your pressure. If it's too low, it brings it to normal. If it's too high, it brings it to normal. So it's a very good product to have, garlic allium complex. Besides, it's also a natural antibiotic. So garlic allium product would be a good one for somebody who has got a problem with hypertension. And sometimes with our products, because they're natural, you can take a higher dose of them. Take like about, instead of just taking what on the packet, because the supplements are not made. They're not made to as medicinal, but a higher dose of them helps you to. It helps in taking care of a challenge if you've got high blood pressure. So if you take like, sometimes you take up to six a day. If you've got high blood pressure, about 6 a day will also help. If you also take more, it also helps with deworming. Then there's omega-3 salmon oil plus, also very good for hypertension. Omega-3 salmon oil plus, we have found that also if you've got trouble with pain management, if you take more omega-3, you can take up to 9 a day, takes care of pain, but also is important in taking care of hypertension. The calcium and magnesium helps there. CalMag helps with the hypertension. Normally, CalMag is normally taken at night before you go to bed, but you can also take higher doses of them. And remember, as I say, higher doses, this is done only when you have a natural supplement. If the supplement is not natural, it can be toxic. But if it's a natural one, higher doses can also help with alleviating some of the challenges we have with hypertension. The fiber tablets, also very good. Fiber tablets help your gut health, also very good with binding cholesterol in the body. Botanical Balance is a product that came out very recently. The Botanical Balance has been produced because there are many people walking around and they have trouble with diabetes and they don't know. Botanical Balance helps you with binding it and helps you take care of, it has got herbs that take care of this. Vitamin E is another product that will also be helpful. Now, excess cholesterol is always good and bad cholesterol. Not all cholesterol is bad. There's some good cholesterol also, but it depends what source you're getting it from. they are from from the fats that are good fats and not bad fats. So you have to find, am I getting enough good cholesterol and not the bad cholesterol? Because the bad cholesterol is one that causes a problem. It causes hemocysteine in the body, which can be a problem. Excess cholesterol can cause thickening of the bloods, forms blood clots, clogs the arteries, and this is a potential for heart attacks. So if you take care of that and you get more, and you take care of that, there's not too much of it, it's a more thinning, you don't have the challenge of heart attack. But if you don't take care of it, the thickening, blood clotting, when someone's going for an operation, the blood clot, a clot that forms, if it goes and plugs in your brain, can cause you a stroke. In the heart, can cause you a heart attack. And sometimes that clot, that one, the first sign could be the last one. You have had people who have gone for an operation, he came out and did not survive. He died because a clot formed and it was too late. Can cause heart attacks and can cause you a stroke. So let's not wait until it is a problem to start saying, what am I going to do? Do it before. Start supplementing. Go into supplementation. And some of the products I mentioned before, fiber tablets. The fiber tablets that helps to bind too much water in the body. The fiber tablets helps very well. The omega-3 salmon oil, very good. If someone has had a problem with a stroke, has had challenges, tell them to be on omega-3 consistently. Make it a part of your diet, the omega-3. Vitamin E, very nice to have also. Helps with that thing, yeah. The calma, the garlic allium, and some of the things you can take high doses. Like sometimes you're taking omega-3, you can take six capsules to 9 capsules. Vitamin E, you can take a little bit higher with it. Garlic allium complex. Lipotropic adjunct has been made specifically for heart health. Very good with taking care of our heart problem. And then carotenoid complex also boosts immune system, but also helps in the area of the heart and generally also boosting immune system. Some of the things we have, excessive homocysteine, which is taken care of, found in the blood, that we usually get from eating meat and too much meat. You have homocysteine in the body. High levels of this can lead to early development of heart disease, weak bones, and diabetes. The product lipotropic adjunct helps to clear away that excess homocysteine in the body, and so it will not cause you problems. If you say that, if you see that on dementia and Alzheimer's disease caused by excessive homocysteine, lipotropic helps to clear that too much homocysteine. It can be taken care of by lipotropic. Concentration and underachievement. Sometimes too much concentration, you have that causes a problem there. Cardiovascular diseases, strokes, heart disease are some of the things will cause because of too much homocysteine. Osteoporosis, diabetes are some of the things we have there. But with the products we have, and once again, this is the products we have that clear homocysteine, the vitamin B complex, lipotropic, omega-3 salmon oil plus complex are some of the supplements you can take that will help you. If someone has a challenge, if someone does not have a challenge, they can take what is recommended on the bottle, 1 or 2. But if you've got a challenge and you have a problem, you can higher the dose. Like vitamin B, you can take up to 6 of the tablets. And you take them six tablets a day. You take it off for 10 days. You take 6 tablets a day until you clear the bottle, because it has about 60 tablets in it. Lipotropic adjunct you can take higher. If someone has got a challenge, to avoid it becoming a problem that you have to then end up in hospital, you can take higher doses of that. Carotenoid complex you can take more of it. I've had cases where some people have had pain and have had very bad migraines, very bad challenges with they have had pain joints. I remember one time my mother was complaining she had pain in her joints, which was not sleep. I advised her to take about 9 omega-3 capsules before she went to bed. The next morning she wake up asking me, was that a painkiller? It actually takes care of the pain. People who have got very serious migraines can take up to 9 omega-3s and takes care of that. Problems with This can help you take care of that. Take care of that. Many of us are prone to diseases. We are prone to cancer. We've all got underlying causes of cancer, but if we take carotid complex, it slows down the progression of cancer growth in the body and can clear it. This is some of the things we take. And when we get when someone starts telling us, no, but it's too expensive, you can then point out what is more expensive. I can tell you for a fact that taking care of a serious problem when becomes too much is much more expensive, because then you have a hospital bill. The bills can destitute a whole family, a whole community, because they are trying to take care. They're trying to now plug in the problems rather than just making it a habit of just taking a bit. Make it a habit in your lifestyle. Say, in my diet, a third of my diet is supplementation. If you do that, and then of course you have your insurance policy. You take a medical insurance also, which then is taken care of. But some people think, I'm okay, I'll take my insurance policy, I'll go to checkups, and they don't take care of supplementation. It could be detrimental. And I've seen and sad cases where people then have a problem. They've had a heart challenge. Now they are going to the doctor. The bills are high. Take charge of your heart health. Take charge of it. Go in and supplement with some of the things we have mentioned here. If you go in and supplement, take care of that, then you're much happier, because also then you're not always sickly. You're not always looking for fun. You're not always doing harambees. When people see you, they are avoiding you because they know that person is sickly. You can take care of it by prevention. And this is something, and over the years I've been in the business, I have had case after case of people who have been helped. So one last thing I'd just like to mention and reiterate it. There are people who have said sometimes our products are expensive. And they go and they take alternatives and they go into a chemist and say, I get cheaper. And they look for cheaper alternatives. There are two cases I've had where people did this and they went into a chemist and got something cheaper. But when they went to the doctor for checkup, the doctor says, I don't see the results of what you're taking in your body. How sad would that be that you went to something that you thought was cheaper to help yourself, and it wasn't benefiting you, and you still end up having a heart attack, still end up having a problem, and you've wasted your money on top of that? How sad would that be? Because then you come back later, and these people sometimes came back to me and they told me, please now give me. And I gave them, and I remember offering a solution. I remember offering one person, they were supposed to take a lot of folic acid. They went and bought one in the shop, but they came back, it wasn't working. They came back to me. I gave them only what we have in our product, in our range, Formula 4 Plus, which is Formula 4, which is within the Pro Vitality Pack. 2 days later, they went for checkup again. They found results of, which is a small part of it. Folic acid was in the Pro Vitality Pack. Then they saw the result of it. So instead of going and bothering yourself and saying, I'm looking for cheaper, which I'm looking for something which has not been tried or tested over years, come straight. Look, ask the person who has invited you here, what can I take? If you're a distributor, am I using my supplements every day? Am I taking care of my health, and my heart on a day-to-day basis? What am I doing actively about my risk towards cancer, diabetes? What am I doing? And one of the things I suggest, make it a part of your diet. There's a lot of reading you can do, and there's a lot more information we can get. You can go onto the site. NEOLIFE has provided a lot of information, but I'd like to stop at this point. And hand it back to Fred. I hope some of the information has been helpful. And get to the person who invited you here. You talk to the person who is a distributor. Ask them, please, on Monday, please let me get something that is helpful. Suggest some of the products I can get. I see a hand, but I'll hand over to Fred. Yes, Fred, back to you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Dan? I can hear you. I can hear you, Fred.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you, Dan. That was very well done, as usual. You've done it made it so simple, so nice. It was enjoyable to listen to. As usual, you did a very, very good job. Guys, there you have it. Dan has broken down the session for today so well. And for me, I just want to share briefly, because I also had somebody very close to me who had a heart challenge. That was my mom. When I joined this company, I always like saying, and I've shared this severally, my mom had high blood pressure. And we had struggled. We had tried many things. When you have somebody who is sick in the house, then my dad was up and down. Our resources, many resources were being spent trying to rush her to hospital. So she was on medicine. She was on acupuncture. She also was taking some herbs. We had gone to a herbalist and we had gotten some herbs. And she was not stable at all. She was a teacher. And many a times she would go, and anytime she would teach a double lesson, she would take a double lesson. Her legs would start swelling. She would start coughing. And before we knew it, she was sick and she had to be rushed to hospital. And it was not comfortable for the family. It was far from it. My dad spent a lot of resources trying to get her well again. And when I joined NEOLIFE, she was my first, I would call her my guinea pig. Though at first she resisted, because see, by nature, I'm not a medic. So she didn't quite understand what I was talking about. And this was a long time ago in 1996. Supplementation was not very well known like right now. So, but I persisted. I did not give up until she agreed to start taking the products. And she used the products, and I saw the doctor reducing her medication from several types of drugs. They kept reducing them. And finally, she was left with one drug, one tablet that she was swallowing per day. And even that became irregular, because the doctor would actually kept on reducing it. And sometimes she would stay without medication. Sometimes you'd put him on medication. And the exciting thing is the lifestyle change that happened, because she had reached a point whereby she could not do anything manual. She could not lift something manual without her pressure going up. But after using the products of NEOLIFE, she now is able to live a normal life. And let me tell you, the peace and the tranquility that has occurred and the energy that she has. I mean, I always say this, even if I didn't make a shilling from NEOLIFE, that testimony alone was enough for me, because my mom's life, we were so worried, by the way. We were so worried because of the many emergencies that used to happen. She had retired, gone to stay up country. So you can imagine, now you have to rush up country, take her to hospital, the expenses that were there. But thanks to NEOLIFE products, today she's able to live a normal life. Now, over the years, I've been in this business since 1996, like I said, and I've also been able to assist so many people with pressure issues, and I've been able to help them to basically recover and get back their lives. One exceptional situation that happened, one of my distributors who joined, and the uncle had suffered a stroke. And for about 7 years had been paralyzed, one side totally dead. And I told him, okay, fine, we can try and use the products and see what happens. And he bought the products, he started using them. And the amazing thing is that in less than 4 months, this man who was paralyzed, one side paralyzed, was actually back on his feet, walking without having any kind of support. He would only get a walking stick and he would be off. And this is a guy who had to the toilet. He had to be ferried around. He was totally bedridden. But thanks to NEOLIFE products, the whole, and you can imagine 7 years of being paralyzed because of a stroke, and you're back walking again. That's the amazing thing about our products. Last but not least, directors in the business called Kimani. The grandma had suffered a stroke and she was paralyzed as well. And this is an old lady. And the doctors had reached a point whereby when you hit over 90 years of age, sometimes people tend to feel, okay, fine, you've had a good fight and that kind of thing. But she also used the products. In fact, when James Kimani was joining, he joined because he wanted to see how these products can work for the grandma. And the grandma used the products, and somebody was paralyzed again. She was able to walk and walk without a walking stick. That's the amazing bit of it. So guys, our products are powerful. We are not saying they are medicine. They don't replace medicine by any stretch of imagination. If you are sick, you go and see a doctor and you get prescribed and you take the medication. And all these examples I'm giving, it is not people who stopped taking medication and started taking our products. No, you actually continue your medication and then you supplement on the side. If there's any reduction of medication, it is the doctor who makes that decision, not for us. It is not for us to prescribe or to tell you don't take the doctor's medication. No, we don't do that. But we give you natural, wholesome, healthy food supplements that help you strengthen the body so that the body can be able to fight any kind of disease or condition that you may be suffering from. Now, as we come to the end of this session for today, I just want to mention for the sake of the guests that there are several ways you can participate in NEOLIFE. You can buy these products from the person who invited you. They are able to get you those products. Or you can decide to join and become a distributor and start doing your own shopping as far as these products are concerned. For me, I always say it is better to buy the products yourself than to buy from somebody else. Number one, you get them cheaper. Number two, you get a chance to build a business. The day you decide to pick it up and run with it as a business and make some extra income, then you will be able to do that. Personally, I joined because of money, but I was able to change so many people's lives as far as health is concerned. And I went on to build a huge business, which has sustained me and which I retired into at the early age of 30 years. And it's a business that has taken me around the world. I've been able to travel to so many countries, courtesy of NEOLIFE. And I want to encourage the guests on this call. Take this chance, get involved in NEOLIFE, become a distributor, start enjoying the products at cost price, start changing people's lives, and you'll see your life transform in so many ways, be it financially, be it health-wise, be it in terms of lifestyle. I can guarantee you that NEOLIFE is a total value opportunity. So with that, we've come to the end of our session. If you have any question, any comment, please share with the person who invited you. They'll be able to do that. But more importantly, ask them, how can I join NEOLIFE? How can I become a distributor and access these products at wholesale? And how can I join this mission of making the world a healthier and happier place? Thank you, guys. Have a lovely evening. God bless you all. And we'll see you again next Sunday when we'll be having a different talk on health. And also this recording for this particular session will be available later today so that you can also be able to share with your friends and your relatives. Thank you so much. God bless. Bye-bye. God bless you all.